Shalom.
Shalom.
All praises, honor, and glory belong to
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Makakadash. Double honors unto the elders and to the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to the old few elect, for the men that are pushing this truth in the four corners and are risen by ways. It's Brother Yakal.
Brother Bar Daniel.
Okay, you can talk.
Yeah, come with this article here, so we're gonna reply to it, basically. From RT News, it says, "We're in your house. Armed black protesters march through Georgia Confederate Park."
Yeah, it says scores of armed black protesters marched through Stone Mountain Park in Georgia, calling for the removal of an infamous Confederate monument and warning redneck militias that we're in your house.
Can you see? Hey, first of all, they're going about this thing wrong, because you can't bring down nothing that Esau set up right now in this kingdom, because we don't see at the end of the day. And the carnal behind it, the mind, the whole setting, the thought is carnal, because in the article they get videos of them, these so-called black militia men, which can further say they're gonna identify themselves as Israelites in one of the videos, but I don't think this article get it. They say 400 years they enslaved us, black Israelites, and stuff like that. And they try to mix the Hebrew Israelites to them, right? There's the whole play. However, going back to the point, they're too carnal with it, right? They can't get through. Esau would never take down any monument, because at the pursuant to Psalms, it said that their inward thoughts is that the house is gonna live on forever.
Yeah.
Right? And so when Yahushai come, this is when they're gonna happen, and this where these so-called black militia men don't understand. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is the one who can destroy these monuments and these landmarks that they set up. You understand? Because yesterday Trump said that nobody can make sure that these landmarks stay. They want to make sure the history be known and these kind of things, right? So what they're trying to do, the march with the 200 militia men, it's useless.
It is Psalms 49 and verse 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names.
Son, you see, I saw that these monuments that they build are built over ancient histories, ancient landmarks, right? Because the Native Indians, the Mount Rushmore, that was built over something that's called the six godfathers to them indigenous, right? We are called Native Indians. They built over there, remove the landmark. You're supposed to remove no ancient landmark, right? So we go back to the article.
Yeah, this is back on the article, right? Footage from the march, which brought out 100 to 200 demonstrators, showed heavily armed black protesters marching through the park on Independence Day, leading some on social media to react with worry at what appeared to be a volatile situation as protests across the country have descended into violence.
You see, because they're saying that Esau, or the so-called white man, had acted out on them. Now this is their way of retaliating, right? But the scripture tell you to wait ye upon me. If you guys have Zephaniah 3 and 8.
Yeah, this is Zephaniah chapter 3, right? In verse 8, it says, "Therefore, wait ye upon me, said the Lord."
Yeah, wait ye upon Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You know, it's only He could redeem us from this. If Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey couldn't do it, they didn't even had guns, but they had a vision. You understand me? And it still couldn't happen, right? Because the scripture said no man gonna be able to redeem you. You understand?
Until the day that I rise up to the prey, for my determination is to gather the nations that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all that the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
And this we got wait on. If you see, if you go to it's Ezekiel 34 or Jeremiah 34, 38.
It's
Ezekiel 38 pertaining to with God and the nations, they putting the hook in the mouth.
Yeah,
all them things happening right now.
even right in Joel, you know, the scripture talk about how the Most High gonna bring them to the valley of Jehoshaphat
Right.
and judge them there. You understand? And that's exactly what the scripture is going into. You know, this is how the Most High gonna pour out His fierce anger. Right? There you get it.
And this what happening now. When the scripture say here's the faith and patience in the saints, this is on Matthew 13. You can get to the Revelation. So you gotta get patience. You understand?
Yeah, Revelation chapter 13 and verse 9, it says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. Right? 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
Can use the faith and patience in the saints. You see, hey, you got uphold and endure with these things that we're going through. Just a little more time. And you're gonna be killed with the sword. You rise up with your sword, we're gonna happen. You're gonna dead. Esau gonna kill you. Esau got guns that you never even heard of. All them games you be looking at, all them movies, all them guns with you. And you can defend yourself against them.
Because I mean they could march with some AK-47s, right? But Esau, you know, get grenade launchers in his house, you know, and bazookas and this type of stuff. You understand? The scriptures say that the blessing of Esau is the sword, alright, which today is the gun. So you trying to it's almost as though you're a football player going and play basketball against Michael Jordan. You understand? He's the king of this realm. You see? Understand that Esau, Edom, he's the king of this realm. Alright? Guns is his thing. You see? That's what the Most High blessed him with. But the Most High gave us something greater than his guns, which is the spirit. You see? And what we doing, we holding on to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, knowing for a fact that the Most High gonna give us a spiritual power which is greater than anything that Esau had ever seen. Alright? And this is how we gonna defeat him through Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You know, we can't march. And guess what? Hey, this is not nothing new. You know, I think it was last year or the year before. Even Israelite camps was doing something similar to this. You know, you had IUIC marching. Alright? And the scripture never tell you to march. You see? So now it's an easy thing to associate, you know, these random black people with an agenda with the so-called with the Hebrew Israelites. Alright? And that's why, you know, GMS, the apostles and elders always say we get 100% truth. Alright? We're the only ones that are going hard for Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. This thing is a faith-based thing. Alright, now when you start making carnal moves, you opening avenues and doors for the truth to be stained. You see? So now it's an easy thing for Esau to use this opportunity and say, hey, it's the Hebrew Israelites. You know?
Yeah.
Because they're not in the scriptures. Alright? And like the brother was going into, or really the point of this lesson, is that marching, running around with guns is all carnal. The scripture never tell you to do so.
They get this leader. You can read it.
Yeah.
Maybe get it.
Yeah, I guess so. No, let me read. Yeah, let me see. Threat counter threat becomes threats. Don't means shit to us. Y'all been treating us since Birmingham. One man said through a loudspeaker at the event, going on to specifically target right-wing groups such as Boogaloo Boys, and 3%ers, organizations that have been accused of being extremist militias. I don't see no white militia. So the Boogie Boys, the 3%ers, and all the rest of you scared ass rednecks, we're here, we're in your house, let's go. NFAC. The man continued as others gathered in military style marching formation behind him. The NFAC appears to refer to the name of the group behind the gathering, which is the not effing around coalition.
God, this is what I mean, yeah. This is Sirach 9 and verse 18. It's a man of an ill tongue is dangerous in his city, and he that is rash in his talk shall be hated.
Yeah.
And hey, the Ku Klux Klan, all these men that he calling out, he can bring race war and riot on your own people. You understand me? And they're gonna perish. They're gonna perish because they ain't get the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua with them. You understand me? They're going out for their own strength. You know?
Yeah, and the scriptures say, hey, and this is how you know that the so-called blacks, alright, they just what you would say? They just followers, you know? They don't have a mind of their own. Alright? You're supposed to examine this thing properly. You see? You're supposed to suss this thing properly, buddy. You know, not just putting on some all over black garment, pick up a gun and go march. Alright? You didn't suss this thing out. The scripture talk about count the cars before you go and build a house. Hey, you didn't count the cars before you went out on the streets. You didn't think that, hey, this and this could happen? Huh? Alright, the scriptures talk about how what we doing, we labor not for ourselves, but for all those that seek learning. Meaning what? When we putting these videos up, when we studying, alright, when we meeting and we out on the streets doing what we do, we're not doing it for ourselves only, but for the nation of Israel. Alright? Starting with Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, the elect, and then the rest of the nation. You see? But these jigs, they all about their own flesh, the desire. What was the desire? The desire is revenge, to shed blood. Alright? Hey, we desire the same. We desire to hey, we're gonna do some things to Esau. Alright? And to the rest of these nations. But guess what? We understand the scriptures, patience, and there's a time for every single thing. Alright? And we in the time right now. You see? Hey, get a quick scripture. One more shot. Yeah. Yeah, Sirach 19 and verse 3 says, moth and worms shall have him to heritage, and a bold man shall be taken away. Alright, and what the guy was doing, you know, calling this crew out and this type of stuff, guess what? He's being a bold man. Alright? You're looking for trouble. Alright? What does the scripture say? The scripture say, walk not in the way with a bold fellow. Alright?
Yeah.
The scripture even go on to say, go not into a solitary place with a man that is, you know, quick to shed blood. Roughly paraphrasing, meaning what? It's an easy thing for a man to shed blood, or for this man to shed blood. Now bringing it back to the lesson, hey, it's a simple thing for Esau to shed some blood, especially the blood of you so-called blacks. Alright? Because for one, he ain't gonna get no proper justice. He gonna get off. This is how the system is set.
Every time.
So what you think you going out there literally calling these people out? Hey, they could just bust everybody down and this it. Nothing ever become of it.
God.
You know? You don't think about certain things before you act. This is show these people are carnal.
And the carnal man is enmity.
Yeah.
This is Acts 5.
No, go ahead.
This is Acts 5. Alright. This is Acts 5 and verse 36. So, for before these days rose up Tedious, boasting himself to be somebody. And this is what the Jake be doing. You understand? He's the leader. He's saying he be in your house, what you gonna do? You know what I mean? Like if he's some big and bad thing, he can save the world, yeah? It's to whom a number of men, about 400, joined themselves. And same thing going on there. They get the 200 militia men, which they could get more. You understand? It says, who was slain, and all as many as obeyed him were scattered and brought to naught. You see? After this man rose up Judas of Galilee in the days of taxing, and drew away much people after him. He also perished, and all, even as many as obeyed him, were dispersed. You understand? So just to show that, hey, these things what y'all doing now already happened, and the outcome of it is failure. You understand? You're gonna fail. Yeah, because you ain't get the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai with you, and that's the main thing you gotta get.
Yep.
Right? And the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai wouldn't allow Israelites to pick up Esau's sword, the guns, for going to fight against it. You understand?
Are you looking for this scripture real quick, right? I think it's in Acts 5, where the fella said, hey, if this counsel be of the Most High, if the counsel be not of the Most High, it shall perish or come to naught. Understand?
I want something like that, you know, but
Yeah,
not in Acts.
Yeah, bring it from me. Let's try and search real quick.
The same sound.
Sure it's in Acts.
In Acts?
Yeah. I think it's in Acts 5. Yeah, bring your precept back.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I get you.
You can read the one.
Yeah, this is Acts chapter 5, and verse 38, right? It says, Now I say unto you, refrain from these men, and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught. Alright? And these were, what's his name? I think it was Ananias, or somebody had said. Yeah, Ananias, right? He said that if this council, which he was referring to the apostles at the time, if what they were doing was not of the Most High or of men, hey, eventually gonna come to naught. Alright? And the same thing applies to us today. If what we doing out in the streets is in vain, it gonna come to naught. You understand? Alright? If it's not of the Most High and it's of men, it gonna come to naught. And the same thing with these marching. Alright? You know there is not the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and it coming to naught. You see? The Most High gonna bring all these things to naught because it's not of him, it's not of his spirit.
Come.
You see? But once it's according to the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, hey, the Most High gonna prosper. You see? That's why you see all over the world, you know, they got camps waking up, brothers preaching this word, doing what it's supposed to do. You know? Yeah, go ahead. Let me finish this up. Slack 39. But if it be of the Most High, ye cannot overthrow it, lest happily ye be found even to fight against the Most High. Alright? Yeah, you get it on.
Yeah, this is Psalms 44 and verse 3. It says, for they got not the land in possession by their own sword, neither did their own arm save them, but thy right hand and thine arm and the light of the countenance, because thou hadst a favor unto them.
Yeah, can. Alright? And when you go into the book of Judges, alright, and Joshua, hey, they was fighting armies without a single sword. You know, they was going into battle, shouting and singing, and that was it. You know, giving praises unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. They got accounts where, hey, you had just a few men walking, and in the enemy's camp, they heard like thousands of men coming. You know, like armies coming. You see? But now you picking up some guns and shit, thinking that you gonna prosper.
I'm telling you.
Read it back up.
Can say, for they got not the land in possession by their own swords, neither did they own the own arm save them, but thy right hand and thine arm.
Yeah.
And
Which is Yahweh Shai. Yeah, go ahead.
it says, and the light of thy countenance, because thou hadst a favor unto them.
Yeah, it can't.
It says, verse 4, now read to 7. It said, thou art my king, O Yahweh. Command deliverance for Jacob. Through thee will we push down our enemies. See, through Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, now we own nation. You understand? It says, through thy name will we tread them under that rise up against us.
Yeah, can't. All right, and this is for you that, you know, say you don't need the name. This is for you that say, hey, the name Yahweh is not the right name, or no man knows the name. All right, the scripture tell you that right there. It's talking about now. All right, it's talking about these latter times. That's how the scripture say, command deliverance for Jacob. Hey, we're in slavery at this point. We're in tribulation. All right, and the Most High will deliver us. You see, but you say what? Read it back, the last verse.
It says, thou art my king, O Yahweh, command deliverance for Jacob. Through thee will we push down our enemies.
Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
Said, through thy name will we tread them under that rise up against us.
Through the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Alright? Not Christ, not God, not none of that.
Right.
You understand?
It says, for I will not trust in my bow.
In your bow, in your guns, your swords.
Neither shall my sword save me.
Right?
But thou hast saved us from our enemies and hast put them to shame that hated us.
Yeah, can. Alright? So the Most High God deliver you. You know? Now your guns. Hey, you know how. Hey, you want to read the Corinthians Act?
Yeah, the 10? Yeah.
You know, carnal, you gotta be to actually believe that you could run from here to there with a bunch of Edomites line off with shotguns. You know how crazy you gotta be? And well, you ain't even let me just restructure that, right? No. If you're dealing with Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, you know, and you're looking, you know, the Spirit would lead you to do certain things, all right? And all things are possible through Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, no doubt, all right? But you can't be this carnal to go looking for a fight, all right? The scripture said, tempt not the Most High, you know? Though we are the faith that the Most High gonna deliver us through anything. Hey, we ain't gonna go into nobody else, calling them out.
In your territory.
In your territory. You see? And you have to be real crazy to actually, you know, think you could pull something off like that. You know, this demon's messing with you.
It's Jeremiah 10:1. It said, hear ye the words of Yahweh, speak it unto you, O house of Israel. Thus said the Lord, learn not the ways of the heathen. You see, and the gunization, the guns. Nah, there's the ways of the heathen. There's not of our people, man. Right? But when we go to the Corinthians 10, it's 2 Corinthians 10 and verse 3. It said, for though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds.
Yeah, we walking in this flesh. Alright? We eat, we sleep, we have jobs. Right? Yeah, we here, but we don't war after the flesh. Alright? We don't war after the flesh, we war after the spirit. And our weapons are not carnal, they're not things that you could see. Alright? They're not guns, they're not swords, they're not knives. It's spiritual. You know? The words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. That's it. That's the only thing that we're dealing with. And that's the only thing you should be dealing with. Alright? Because the minute that you start putting your trust in these things, you lose faith in the Most High. The minute that you think that you need a gun for self-defense or a vest just in case, hey, you're not putting your faith is somewhere else. You see? Your faith is somewhere else. Well,
Verse 5, casting down imaginations.
no.
Yeah, it is in there. You could read them on the article and close, huh? If you don't know how to precept.
Yeah,
You get tons of
precept.
precept. I know you get tons of. Bring them out.
Hey, remember this thing?
Let me see.
It's not carnal, alright? I know the Most High gonna deliver us. And if you want to read a couple of scriptures from me,
Yeah,
to read Isaiah 40, the last verse. Let me read some more on this here real quick. It says, the park, back on the article, right? It says the park where the demonstrators made their stand is highly controversial thanks to a large carving of Confederates Jefferson Davis, Robert E. Lee, and Stonewall Jackson. Another video shows a protester calling the park the birthplace of the Ku Klux Klan, referring to the fact that the racist organization was reborn at the park. Alright. Let me see. You want some on this?
No, I can leave that.
Wait, let me see. Yeah. Start at 29.
You didn't read the definition yet?
Yeah, read it.
29 one. This Isaiah 14:29. He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might. In no might he increaseth strength.
Power to the faint.
Even the youths shall faint and be weary.
Right? Why the scripture use the term youth? Alright? Look at a man in his early 20s, mid-20s. This is youth, this is prime. You know? Usain Bolt had his best run in his mid-20s. Alright? Look at Stephen Curry, James Harden, LeBron James. These men all peaked in the mid-20s. Alright? But it said that the youth shall grow weary. Right? Go ahead.
The youth shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall.
Right? Go on.
It's about they that wait upon Yahweh shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles.
Right? And this other Most High we're gonna be on a different scale. Alright? Even men in their prime would pale in comparison to the